Hello everyone, I'm Tresleo,
And I'm Goggles.
and this is
The Shell Report.
First off, it is our soccer team. Our soccer team couldn't complete a comeback, but we did happen to get a draw this week. What are your thoughts on this, Goggles?
Well, there's glimpses of success, some good opportunities. Pulling back and getting a point is great. Our shooting was a lot better this week. You were taking a few more opportunities. Our goalkeeper did pretty well. There are a few fumbles here and there, but he's not primarily a goalkeeper. It's hard to just get thrown into that position. And we did have quite a few 3-on-2 rushes coming at us. That makes it difficult as well.
I think overall we performed very well. We could clean up our defense a little more and definitely connect a little more in the midfield. It seemed to be we're having a struggle being a small-sided side that we need to also come back and defend as well as push up as a unit. And it all has to coincide together. Very neat. What are your thoughts about our roster? Do you feel like we're struggling with players, or what do you think about that?
I think the player base itself, like the people we have, is a good group. It's just we're having troubles with injuries and people having scheduling conflicts, not being able to show up, and it just makes it really hard to put a quality side on the pitch week in and week out when you're not sure who's going to be able to show up and play.
Yeah, we were definitely missing some key players this week. However, our striker did show up for this one, and he scored 2 goals in our 3-3 draw against the opponents this week. So, good job to Alan, and moving on to our next team. Now for Elite Squad happened to lose their game this week, but they did fight a 3v2 battle. Unfortunately, one of their team members could not make it due to a last-minute emergency, and they had to play again 3v2 on the match. What do you think about this, Goggles?
Well, it's becoming a bit of a mantra of mine that Elite Squad does play in a really tough division, playing 3-on-2 that's pretty much certain death. But it's great to see those two guys still, trying to fight for the win regardless of what situation they're in. So it's good to see that sort of mentality.
And for a second there, it looked like they actually could pull it off. So that's really nice to see that they gave it their best, even when the odds are stacked against them. So I like that fighter spirit. So moving on to Charlie Squad. Charlie Squad lost their game 3-1. What are your thoughts on this, Goggles?
Well, it's always good to get those wins. You gotta take them when you can get them. It looked like for a second they might be able to pull that reverse sweep out, but unfortunately couldn't quite get it done in game 4. But just keep pushing forward. You guys will be fine.
All right, awesome. Moving on to Delta Squad. Delta Squad unfortunately had to forfeit their game due to roster issues. They didn't have enough players show up for their match and had to forfeit. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, for those that did show up, it's unfortunate not having their teammates there, not being able to compete. But that actually brings up a question that I had for you. Are there going to be any sort of actions taken to try and resolve this roster issue?
We're definitely looking into trying to solve roster issues like this with consistency in players showing up to their matches and being a roster that was full. It's definitely a problem, but we are trying to get to the bottom of it and seeing how we can fix it and address this for next season. Now for Echo Squad. Echo Squad played on the IGL livestream this week, and they won a clean 3-0 sweep. We can also say officially that Echo Squad has clinched playoffs. Yeah! What are your thoughts on this, Goggles?
Well, it feels good to, as a first season as an organization, to have a team immediately moving into the playoffs. That game that match in particular, really great one to see up on the live stream. Overall, great performance, all things considered. That first game looked like there were a few early game jitters between you guys, but you guys seem to have all worked together, calmed yourselves down, really well. That game 2 looked like Pika might pull one back, but Duke Rizzo not having any of it. There were a few saves he made that I was really impressed with. I thought there were certain goals just jumping up there and access denied. I think that really helped to start lighting the fire under you guys. And then game 3, just stomping of the opposing team. And then I believe it was Duke again planting the flag right at the end with that last second goal.
The Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
I think I got 4 goals and...
yeah, you really turned it on that last game. Normack was playing out of his mind. He was all over the field at times, making plays, like, crossing it in, getting those goals in.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a really, overall, amazing, spectacular performance. That's what we need to see coming into the playoffs. Yeah, it was good to see all the support in the chat as well. As a matter of fact, there was so much support that most of you will have seen. I was kind of starting to feel bad at the end. They switched sides there for the last minute or so. But in my heart, I was always rooting for the Turtles. It was just felt kind of bad having them no support on that side.
Yeah, it definitely is interesting to see you switch sides like that. But can't help it. The Turtles got fans, man. So we appreciate all the support we get out there. So congratulations to Echo Squad, and let's make the playoff a memorable one. For this week's challenge, we asked our members to enter their kickoff goals. It seems the Turtles were a little slow to enter, and therefore Goggles had been the only one who entered a clip and wins it by default. So without further ado, roll it!
I won something! I matter!
Why did you do this to him? You gave him power. You did this. You did this.
Anyway, moving on. Next week's challenge will be fakes. Now, I'm going to have Trez here explain exactly what that means, just so everyone's prepared.
So a fake is when you go up to score the ball in the goal, and you fake it by not hitting the ball and having the opponent completely whiff on the ball because you gave them 200 IQ mind plays. So good luck to everybody out there, and let's see them fakes.
And with that, we will conclude this week's episode. Congratulations once again to Echo Squad for earning that playoff spot.
Thank you, and next week will be the final episode of the regular season. So stay tuned, we have plenty more in store for you guys. So without further ado, I'm Trez Leo.
And I'm Goggles.
And this has been
The Shell Report.
Boom, there we go. Fist bump. Poof.
And with that, we will conclude this episode. Congrats again to Echo Squad for making the playoffs.
Oh, that was my lie.
I mixed it up a little bit, but